welcome back. I hope you're having a fabulous day and week so far. So today's video was actually inspired by a beautiful friend here on YouTube. Her name is Kristen Gehm. So if you don't watch her, I will link her channel below because she's fabulous. So she does 4 looks, 1 palette. So she uses 1 palette and she creates 4 full looks with it. And I've always thought that was a really great idea. And I was looking through my palettes and as you saw in the title, it's the Naked 3. So I thought, how fun would it be to do 3 with the Naked 3? So that's what I'm doing today. I use an array of these shadows. This is just, I think the original Naked is my favorite, but it's such a close tie with the Naked 3. This is really, really good for the fall time because it has a bunch of those mauvey, purpley, tone, pinker shades, and I love working with those shades. So I created 3 different looks, so I'm going to voice over and kind of talk through it and explain what I did in each of the looks. This right here is day 3, so you can see the full finished product. And let me know if you guys like this idea. I don't know, you know, if you have 1 palette, you want to be able to create a whole bunch of different looks with it, and why not pop it all in one video? It's freaking genius, to be honest. So if you want to see 3 different looks with the Naked 3, then just keep watching. Okay, so this first day I'm starting out with always, of course, the Painterly Paint Pot by MAC to prime my lids. And then I'm going to take the color Strange from the Naked 3 palette and place that all over. I mean, from my lash line all the way up to my brow bone. And then next I'm going to take the color Limit and I'm just going to place this in my crease and blend upwards towards my brow bone. This is like my favorite blending shade in this whole palette. I think it makes the palette, honestly. It's just perfection. I love, love, love it. So I'm just blending in windshield wiper motions to make sure it's all ready for transition. And then next I'm going to take the color Liar, and I'm going to use this with a Real Techniques, just a eyeshadow shader brush, and I'm going to place it all over, you know, my lid. And I use patting motions instead of rubbing a lot to make it more intense. So that is the color Mugshot. I'm starting in my outer corner and I'm working inwards, and I'm kind of going in small circles and then windshield wiper motions just to make sure it's blended well. But of course, I'm going to go back with no additional product and blend it out with that big fluffy blending brush. And then next I'm going to take that same color Mugshot and I'm going to use a pencil brush and just smudge it on my lower lash line. And I'm using today the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner on my top lash line. And then I did use the NARS Larger Than Life Via Veneto in my waterline and put some mascara on. And there is the finished look for day 1. Okay, moving on to day 2. Of course, I'm going to start with MAC Painterly Paint Pot because I love that and use it pretty much every day. And then I'm going to place the shade Limit in the crease, and I'm blending it up towards the brow bone just like I did yesterday, but in circular motions so it blends really well to make a good transition shade. And then I'm going to take the color Nooner and put it more precise in the crease. I'm using a smaller blending brush, like a tapered brush, so I can place it right in the crease. And then I'm going to take the color Dark Side, and this is just with a flat shader brush. And I'm kind of patting it in the outer V and bringing it inwards. I'm doing it on the outer third portion of my eye. And I know I tugged at my eyelid, but you gotta do it sometimes. And I'm just blending that inwards. I'm going to clean up the edges at the end, so don't worry about it looking perfect right now. Then I'm going to take the color Trick from the palette, and I'm actually going to apply it with my finger. I just feel like this shade applies way better with your finger versus using some kind of brush. And then I take it and apply a little bit more. I'm going to take the blending brush and just blend it. I did take a little bit more of Limit to kind of blend it out more and make it to where there's no harsh lines. And then that is the color Strange, and I placed that on the brow bone and blended it some more, actually. Never too much blending, right? And then I'm gonna take the color Dust and pop that in the inner corner and put Dark Side on the lower lash line, and I used NARS Via Veneto on my waterline, and then I took the color Dark Side right here and kind of smudged it out. And then I cleaned up the edges with a Q-tip, and that pretty much finished up day 2. Added some mascara, and there is the finished look. And then we're going to move on to day 3. Guess what? I started with Painterly Paint Pot. Did you guess it? Of course. Next up, today I'm actually going to do something a little different. I'm going to start out with the color Burnout on the lid, and I pat it on versus rubbing it too much because I feel like it applies it better. And then I took the color Limit and Nooner both and kind of mixed the two and made that my transition shade. I am just blending that in circular motions and windshield wiper motions. Not all the way up to the brow bone, but pretty close. And then I'm going to take the color Blackheart. I'm using a MAC 217 brush for this, and I'm just tapping it onto the outer part of my lid and then doing circular motions to blend it about halfway to my inner part of my lid. Am I making any sense? Basically, I'm blending it from the outer V towards the inner corner of my eye. And this process actually took me like 3 minutes. I mean, I sat there and blended it to make sure it looked seamless, because I feel like Blackheart is one of the hardest shades to work with in this palette, but the finished look is actually beautiful. So I'm taking the color Strange and making that my brow bone highlight. I'm using a fluffier brush to kind of blend it seamlessly. And then that is the color Nooner on the bottom lash line. And then I applied mascara. And that is the finished look for day 3. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and let me know if you want to see any other palettes with multiple looks or something like that in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye!